Are you talking to James and John? You got water in your house?
Last I heard from Chuck, he said when our boat was going up.
Well, I decided to ride the storm out at my parents' house. They live over on 19th Street in Mexico Beach, Florida, all boarded up, stone house, so I felt very secure with it being a Category 3, then it went to Category 4, and then right before Category 5. Why? So everything was fine, the storm starts, the winds are hitting, they're howling, and next thing you know, water starts coming into the house. And I'd already had this plan set up to go up to the attic. I already had supplies up there. I was going to take me and my cat, Mr. Red. I also had an older gentleman that was in town with 2 dogs that I was there. By the time we got to the garage and opened the door, it was already full. Ran back into the kitchen, and I had to sit and think for a second, had to stop. Water was coming up to my neck, and I said, look, we're going to have to go to the roof. We had no choice. It's going to be hard, but we got to do it. Walked out to go out the back porch, took a step, fell right into water with my cat in my hands. Submerged. Of course, didn't want my cat to die. I held my cat up. Then was able to grab something and bring myself back up. Climbed up to the railing, right where the gutter was, to the roof, the edge of the roof. Got on there and held onto the roof, on the gutters, and just held there and was thinking of how am I going to get up to the roof from here. 150-mile-an-hour winds. I got an older gentleman, 2 dogs. All of a sudden, the outside door, bathroom door pops open. And I see there's not much water in there. And I'm like, we've got to make a run for that right now. Otherwise, we're not going to make it. I couldn't have held on for 3 hours on that gutter. And when I went back out, the gutter was all gone anyway. So we jumped into the outdoor bathroom, secured a piece of floating furniture, shoved it in there and sat down on it. I stood up on the furniture and held the door for 3 hours so it wouldn't pop open, and we made it. Terrifying. And then a couple of times I didn't know if I was going to make it, but you know, it's just, just staying focused. Just the power of God, power of the higher power. It's so scary. I was more worried about my cat's life than I was my life. And sometimes you can't be that way. In a situation like that, you have to make hard choices, but fortunately everything worked out.
So your cat survived?
Yes, Mr. Red survived.
The only way into Mexico Beach is on foot. The roads are full of the remains of a town flattened by Hurricane Michael. The eye of the storm passed right over here, and this is what it did.
Where all that roof is and all?
Right.
That's where my place was, in the back.
Sherry left before it hit and returned to find her home gone, like those of most of her neighbors.
I never had devastation like this. But I got my memories, but it still hurts so bad to see all their houses. I knew everybody on this block, everybody. We're all like family. We'd all get together, have cookouts and everything. So I don't know what they're going to do.
Some didn't leave. Frank rode out the storm to stay with his pets, and his home only just survived.
So I went running up the steps, and I had my 2 little dogs. We all got knocked over, and I was like, I could maybe drown here. That wasn't enough. I wasn't figuring on that. But we got upstairs all right, but God, we looked outside. The good thing is, we now have a perfect view of the beach.
That is the Gulf of Mexico, and this is Mexico Beach, where the eye of that storm came ashore with such ferocity and pretty much wiped out whole parts of this town. The only good thing is that those who did stay and survived say they believe most of their neighbors left well ahead of the storm. It's a good thing because it would have been hard to have survived this. There is a post-apocalyptic feel here.
It's pretty bad. It's, you know, we saw a lot of pictures, you know, on the internet and on the news, but you really can't appreciate the amount of debris and just how powerful this storm was. We found stuff across the street, you know, 4 or 5 houses back, coolers, all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty devastating. We're not going to stop coming down here. I don't know if we'll rebuild or not. I think this is going to make a lot of people reassess whether they can rebuild, whether they can afford to rebuild. So I think we're going to go through the insurance process and just kind of see what comes of that, and, you know, make our decisions. I don't know that people can come down and stay anymore. There won't be any places to stay, so we'll just have to see.
I was in Puerto Rico last year, and the devastation there, you know, it's the same as here. So you can't. A Cat 4 is a Cat 4. No matter where it hits, it's gonna, you know, really mess things up. So I was a little surprised about my house being so devastated, but that's life. Press on.
So when we come up here, we just thought, this is a mess. It's a mess. I mean, you know, like everybody, it's a vacation home. Those people down here that live here has lost everything. So that's a big difference. So, you know, the stuff can be replaced. But yeah, it's a mess. It'll be rebuilt. I mean, it will be. I mean, you know, it's not going to have I don't think it's going to have the same old town home feel, because it's simply going to cost some new codes and things of that nature. You know, there's a lot of old buildings down there from the 50s. You know, we love the place.
I'm waiting. FEMA is supposed to be showing up here today sometime. I talked to my insurance. They're going to get back in contact with me. If I get the money, then I'll rebuild. I wish like FEMA would give me a trailer or something. I'd live that here. I'll still stay here till they know whether. I think it's going to be at least 2 years or so until they're going to start being able to reconstruct. They finish with everything else, and then they remember this place. So I don't know. I really don't know.